Peace and blessings to everybody. Woke up this morning to an ad in our local paper here in the Pittsburgh area, the Post-Gazette. Someone forwarded it to me, and it's basically saying that making excuses for Donald Trump, as the establishment seem to do nowadays. So they're basically saying that, because he made the comments about the Haitian and African countries and countries of Latin America, that his choice of wording it would have been different if he would have said hellhole instead of shithole. That would have made a difference, and that would have made it less racist. And you cannot go on to continue to defend the supposed leader of the free world, and his hate speech and his lack of position on race-related issues in this country. And unfortunately, it is part of what we have to deal with. But a leader should definitely be taking positive steps to dissolve these kind of situations, but he didn't do that, as we saw with the Tiki Torch Whites that happened down in Virginia last year. So for you to say, when a group of people come up to protest and protest something and make a claim to white superiority, as in the Klan and whatever that group was, that they were obviously they believe in white superiority. And listen, I don't believe that anybody's superior. I believe that everybody has their special traits and special abilities, whether you come from a certain region where it's more prevalent what you practice and know, and that's a given. That's the beautiful process and the beautiful thing of diversity. When you have people from all walks of life, you get a better outcome because you have people with different skill set and knowledge to apply to a common goal. And that truly is what makes the world a better place, but some people struggle with that still for whatever reason. It's stuck in their brain that it's only their way and only people like them and look like them can have the ability to be great. But I'm here to tell you, greatness is in all of us. It's just you have to be able to dig deep enough to find it. And sometimes being great doesn't necessarily mean that you are the one that's in charge or that you are the one that the light shines on. Sometimes you do have to take a back seat and let others do the best that they can do to shine. Donald Trump's got a long way to go to learning that lesson. But going back to my statement, Post-Gazette is basically excusing him for his behavior and his words and his rhetoric. And again, time and time again, my biggest issue now is that the people just cannot see through this. But I have to I'm remiss if I didn't remember the fact that the overwhelming majority of Americans did not vote for this man. So I get that people rejected him. It's just the way our electoral system is set up, that he snuck in the back door. So for our president to, again, on Martin Luther King Day, to come and miss the opportunity to make a statement to the nation, he goes to his private golf club. So he's telling you right there what he thinks. To be quite honest, I didn't want him showing up at the King burial site anyway, because he's a disgrace and he does not deserve that honor of being on hollow ground. Another thing I know is we had some school districts here in the Pittsburgh area, Quaker Valley School District. They actually had school. And they don't realize the implications of that, because you're telling us that that holiday does not matter. That holiday was fought for. And again, I remember when it was implemented back in the 80s, late 80s, I believe, when it became a national holiday, Georgia and other states did not want to recognize it. So yet again, we as a people, as Americans, first and foremost, but Black Americans in particular, struggle to get the recognition by some people in this country. Just don't know how to share power and don't know how to be a part of the American dream, the melting pot that we all so claim is so wonderful to be a part of, but yet we're still discriminating against the Native Americans and everybody else of color in this country. And again, it's getting better. It's getting better because people are stepping up to the mic, speaking up about the injustices and understanding, at least listening. You may not understand. It's probably going to be hard to. Just like I can't understand what it's like for some women to be assaulted and have their claims go unheard, and people don't believe them. I'll never know what that's like. I hope I don't have to deal with anything like that. And I'm sorry that women do have to in some cases. Doesn't make it right, and it doesn't mean I can't shut up and listen, and it doesn't mean I can't take steps to ensure the best of my part that prevents that from happening when I can, where it's able to. So, man, just the rhetoric. It's all about the media game right now. And again, unfortunately, there's a man in the White House who definitely, I've said it time and time again, self-serving. He's a narcissist. And I definitely believe he is a racist and comes from a place of hate, a place of selfishness, and it's in his DNA. It's part of his family structure. As you go back in history and look at it in black and white, Donald Trump versus the United States. Him and the father were both sued for discrimination against people of color. It started probably long before that, but as to my knowledge, that's the first documented version of what happened. And there is a long paper trail from then on up to now. The things that come out of his mouth are just deplorable. They are. They're un-American, they're unhuman, they're inhuman. And for you all to keep supporting him, it speaks volumes about you and your choices.